Coming to you from the dark recesses of the proverbial Dawn Forge pouch, this is episode 257 of the Shattered Soulstone. Blizzcon still on, maybe. Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible. Get your free audiobook download at bit.ly/soulstonebooks2020. Over 180,000 titles to choose from. If your iPod MP3 player or your telephone. It is Tuesday, April 14th, 2020. I'm the same person that's here every other week. And it is Shazam. It was itchy. Anyway, I posted in the Discord. I'm sure most of you guys have seen this by now. Blizzard put out a big post towards the end of last week. I think it was Friday, to be honest with you, and stated that they're basically keeping an eye on things, and they're not canceling BlizzCon right now, but they don't know if BlizzCon's going to go on, whether it be at the convention center or anything. They didn't state anything other than they're not sure. Basically, at this time, only it took them about 3 paragraphs to say that. Yeah, that's the only blue note we have. I had pretty rough going on Diablo this week. I started gearing out my crusader on hardcore. I think I got the Paragon 140 something, 150 something. I think I did like a Greater Rift 48, and I needed keys, so I decided to turn it up. Greater Rift 48 is a T10, so I figured I completely mopped the floor with that. I figured I would turn up the T11 on my Crusader, farm for keys, and the first rift I went into, it was the big map. It was like the Act 3 go in for the catapults map. Walked up the steps. It was a Waller dude. Everybody knows that the Blessed Shield Crusader is not good with Waller people. I procced it and I died. And that was the end of that Crusader. It irritated me, but the next thing I talk about is going to irritate me even more. So I started leveling up another Crusader. I think I had the Born set at that point in time, which isn't very much experience boost. I didn't have my gem E's leveled up. I didn't have like anything leveled up because I was leveling gems up at Paragon 140 or 150 something. So I'm leveling up this new Crusader, and it's taken me a good long time because I don't want to die, and I don't have any boosts or anything like that. I get to level 69, and I could see, level 70 is right there. I just got to get there. And I go and do a Nephilim Rift again, I think. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it had to have been a Nephilim Rift. And another Waller, and another Crusader that died. Didn't even make it to level 70 that time, and at that point in time, I was so irritated, I died. I turned the game off and I walked away. I went and took a nap, came back, and did it all over again. So I'm on my third Crusader at this point. He made it to level 70. He's he has, I don't know, I think has half ancient gear. Um, but like none of the ancient gear that I have is the stuff I want. Like the first Crusader that died, he at least had Mage Fists and Leoric's Crown, stuff like that worn. This Crusader has Tasker and Theo that's ancient, which isn't helping me whatsoever, other than it being ancient and Legacy of Nightmares buff. This Crusader at least has the Flavor of Time, but most of his other stuff's just pieced together with ancients, stuff like that. I do have. I lost a good pair of ancient ice climbers, but I have basically the same set, same piece, non-ancient. Right now it's on my character now, and I actually have the Stone Gauntlets cube now. But he's doing all right. I'm trying to. And it's slow because I hate having anything but a demon hunter to farm for keys and stuff like that. I'm half tempted if I would get a that two-handed weapon for condemn. I can't think of the name right now. But if I would get one of them swords and I could cube it, I would wear the 6-piece of con set at this point because I have a full con set. I've been keeping it just because, if Blessed Shield, if I don't care about that too much, if I get bored with it, I'll just put on a Condemned Crusader and with Guilds and Captain Crimsons and see how high I can push. But right now it's gone good. I can't get the last 2 pieces of Demon Hunter gear. After I leveled up my Gem E's past level 25, I started leveling up a Demon Hunter while I was doing Nephilim Rifts. I just upgraded rare bows to legendaries until I got a Yang's on my Crusader, and then I put that in the cube. And when I leveled up my Demon Hunter, it just was a lot easier. She has 4 pieces right now of UE. I do not have Captain Crimson set on hardcore right now. I did get a Ring of Royal Grandeur today. So, and I have the I got a ton of mats to make the Captain Crimson set as soon as I get it. But I'm still waiting on that Captain Crimson set and the last piece, at least one more piece of UE. I need to start running it and to get my Dawn. I think I leveled up 10 hand crossbows today without getting a Dawn. I never have good luck getting a Dawn. So that's where I'm sitting at right now. I think a Paragon 420 or something like that. Maybe a little bit higher. I don't know. Um, that's where I stopped today. I played a little bit this morning. Did some stuff, and then I worked on the website the rest of the day. Um, I'm trying to, I don't know, break up my gaming with stuff that I've been putting off and putting off and putting off. That I want to finish and at least get the website published and done, and everybody's using it at this point in time. But I did do a bunch of stuff with it today. Reworked the links. I made a menu actually. I did. I think I started with season. I think 17 or 18. I can't remember. But I started. I started putting up the seasonal rewards of the whether it be the portrait frames and the pets and the wings and stuff like that, because it'd be a lot easier to look at for future use. You know, to see what we got coming. Maybe maybe tomorrow I'll work on getting the sets and everything like that, and at least know the rotation for at least the next season, because it's probably going to change after next season. That would be my guess. I would assume season 22 is going to be all the new sets. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Other than that, I played obviously Animal Crossing for the rest of the time this week. I did a little bit to my island. I bought like $1.5 million worth of turnips this Sunday. Hopefully, I can sell them for a big giant profit before Saturday, so I can make millions of dollars in profit. And then I'll pretty much be set with money for the rest of my time playing Animal Crossing, because at that point in time, all my loans will be paid off for the house, and all my upgrades and everything for the house will be done. Basically, other than that, the only thing you could buy is basically stuff from the store, and that stuff changes every day and stuff like that. But my house will be done by the end of the week, which is nice, because then I have 3 rooms on the main, and I have a upstairs and a basement, and basically, furnishing it, trying to find, a countertop and a sink and, all the stupid stuff you need for a kitchen and stuff like that, which it's hard to come by. There's so many people looking for that kind of stuff. Hopefully I can kick a couple villagers out by, I don't know, within the next couple weeks, because some of them I can't stand, and I didn't have a choice getting them. So, yeah. It turned on the PlayStation 4 for a little while this week. I looked at the games they had for free this month, and I think one of them was like an Uncharted game, and the other one was Dirt Rally 2.0. Was not expecting Dirt Rally 2.0 to be what it was. I played like 2 courses of that, and then I basically turn the game off, and I'll probably never turn it back on. I'm more into Forza, like the main title, the main numbered games, not the Horizon games. Them are the kind of racing car games that I like. I don't know this. I don't know if you guys got a PlayStation. Look, it's a $20 game, I guess. Came out last year in like February. I don't know. It's just not for me, I guess. Um, Other than that, still want to get Final Fantasy VII, but I need money to do that. So, thankfully, I got my unemployment stuff today. Finally, I've been laid off since the 27th of last month. It only took them like 3 weeks or so to give me my PIN number so I can file for unemployment. So I did that before the show started. And just like everybody else, I'm waiting for the $1,200 check to show up in my bank account. I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's just me sitting at home and like have a lot of time to think and like a lot of time to think about my choices in life and think about the stuff that you think like what I went to college for and what I do for a living and stuff like that, and how the perceived car business is much different than the car business it is as a whole. I don't know. I like the more I think about it, the more I don't want to go back. Like I don't want to deal with the politics anymore. I don't want to deal with the favoritism. I don't want to deal with the like I don't know. It seems like my job is backwards of the way it should be. Like when you work hard, you're supposed to be, compensated for it, and um, you're supposed to succeed because of it, not be punished. And you know, when you do the right thing and help people out, you essentially get punished. And the people that I talked about this on the Patreon episode. The people that perform insurance fraud and lie and stuff like that, they're the ones that succeed in this business, and like that's not the way it should be. And it's again, that's why I say I honestly don't want to go back. Um, I tried streaming, and I know that's not really a career, but people there's a ton of people that make a bunch of money off of it. That's not for me. I don't know. I don't know exactly what I want to do with life yet, but I'm still fairly young. I still got plenty of years left. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens in the future, but like the more I think like about like me and a one advisor at work, like we got into an argument. Like this was probably 3 4 years ago, and he was talking that he was 40 something years old and stuff like that. And I told him that I sure wasn't going to be doing this when I was 40. He was like, well, what are you going to do? And I go, I don't know. I got like 4 or 5 years to think about it. But the closer I get to 40, the more I the more I want to make that statement. The more I want to make that statement true, and just not do this anymore for a living. It's I don't know, man. It's like the craziest thing. I don't want to get into the greed talk about it. I don't like talking about my job that much. And I have problems with my job. I just like to keep it in and not complain about it because everybody has a job and everybody complains about it. But you know, I don't think everybody has insurance fraud and stuff like that at their job, and it's not frowned upon. You know what I mean? And that whatever. That's why I do a podcast. Anyway, back to topic on hand. Um, Final Fantasy VII. Probably gonna try and get that in the next couple weeks. Play as much of it as I possibly can. Whatever the first episode is. I don't know. It's a weird way to release a game. You release it on disc and stuff like that on consoles and stuff, but it's not a complete game. It's in episodes. Um, Other than that, there's not really too many other games really coming out that I care about. I seen what Fallout 76 for some reasons on Steam now. I guess Bethesda wasn't making enough money off of their failed project on their own launcher. They had to decide to put it out on Steam now. Yeah, I think Gears of War Tactics is coming out soon-ish, I think. I don't know exactly what that game is. I would assume it would be like Halo, crap. I can't think of the um, real-time strategy game from Halo. Hopefully it's like that. I don't know though. I really don't know too much about it. I seen somebody playing Minecraft Dungeons the other day. That game looks kind of interesting. It seems kind of dumbed down. Like I seen when the person leveled up, he had like a weapon on him. He had like a one-handed sword, and he had a bow. You know, and you were ranged until people came up on you. Then you basically used your sword. But you added stuff to it when you leveled up. Like he leveled up to 2, and instead of putting something up on his bow, he did the idiot thing and put it on his sword first. And I think it gave him the choice. It gave him like 3 choices: either make cold, fire, extra fire damage, extra cold damage, or extra money drops. And for some reason, the guy picked extra money drops. Um, but he showed like the whole map, and it doesn't seem to be like Diablo. Like you can pick here to go, you can pick here to go, you can pick here to go. Of course, I was watching at the very beginning of the game. It was basically do this. It's basically a quest or a dungeon, whatever. You finish that, you start another one, and you just keep getting further and further down the map. Like, that's the way it seemed to me. I don't know. I think the game has like another month before it comes out, but that's the way it seemed. Other than that, there wasn't very many. I think you put artifacts on and stupid stuff like that. You didn't have very many, very much gear to put on. Obviously, because Minecraft, there's only what a couple pieces of gear to put on. I don't know if I give it a try or not. Depends on how much money it is. To be honest with you, when it comes out, I'm not going to spend $60 on that game. I don't think it's worth that. But if it's like Wolfson, I paid like $30 for that. I'd probably pay that to at least try it. Um, Other than that, that's, I don't know. If you want Diablo lore, you can go to Jen's Lore Corner at bookofjen.net. She does episodes about once a month, maybe a little bit longer than once a month. She just put out episode 20 a couple weeks ago. They're usually about 15, 20 minutes long. So if you guys are interested in Diablo lore and haven't listened to them all yet, go there and listen to them. Other than, there's not really much else going on at this point in time. I did watch a bunch of things. This, of course, it was basically all in 2 days, but if any of you guys have Hulu and are like me and never like look at it, um, some reason HBO has a bunch of stuff on there right now for free, and all the free stuff is Detective Pikachu, which everybody wants to, you know, everybody likes Ryan Reynolds at this point in time. Here's your chance to watch him playing Pikachu. I watched this movie the other day, not knowing very much about Pokemon. I was kind of out of that age when Pokemon came out. I was, at that point in time when Pokemon came out, it was more Shazam getting drunk and stuff like that. Hanging out with his friends, not playing Pokemon or watching cartoons at that point in time. But watching that movie, it is a really good movie. That I watched that movie and then I wanted to watch it again because I thought it was a really good movie. Ryan Reynolds plays a good part in that movie. And there's a nice little twist at the end. I thoroughly enjoyed it. The other one's Fighting with My Family. I don't know if anybody heard about this movie, cares about this movie or what, but The Rock made this movie. And The Rock made this movie about a wrestler named Paige, about her growing up and basically joining the WWE and stuff like that. I thought it was a pretty interesting movie. Thankfully, it was way better than anything that the WWE ever came out with because they can't make a movie to save their lives. But The Rock can. I think this is like one of his first movies he made. I'm sure he's going to make a ton more after this one, but yeah, I thought it was a pretty interesting movie. And the last thing I watched this week I didn't watch all of it because I fell asleep. This documentary, like episode 1, it's like an hour and 48 minutes long or something like that. And I did not get through an hour and 48 minutes. But it's a documentary on Elvis Presley. It basically goes into, like, everybody knows that Elvis Presley, or I'd like to think everybody knows at this point in time, that Elvis Presley basically took music from all the black artists back in the day, back in the 50s, and he took it all, sang it, and made way more money off of it than what any black person ever made off of the music. But this goes into essentially why he did it, kinda, and it wasn't basically just a money grab. Whenever he was a kid and whenever he was, poor as dirt, like everybody, like a bunch of other people back in the 40s and the 30s and stuff like that. He he went to like all these bars and stuff where all these blues players and everything were playing, and that's the music that he was into. And like when he would go, whenever he would like, go away and go to church, stuff like that, he would go into black churches and listen to their music and essentially going into white people's churches because I don't know why he did it, but that's what he did back whenever he was a kid. The documentary goes into that pretty heavily. It gives him, the inspiration to do what he did, sing why he sang what he did in the 50s and the 60s. I thought it was a pretty interesting documentary. You guys got an extra 2 hours to burn, or you're playing a video game or something, put that on. Other than that, I don't think Netflix really had anything good this week. I don't have Amazon Prime anymore to know what's out on there. Pet Cemetery as well is on Hulu. Haven't watched it yet, but I do plan on it. I don't know why I'm yawning so much now. I sure ain't tired, I'll tell you that. Other than that, that's about it. Good plans for the rest of the week are maybe finish working on the website, try and find a better font, um, because this normal font, this doesn't do it for me, and I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens, going on the rest of the week. Other than that, hopefully I don't die anymore in hardcore. Hopefully I can get my Demon Hunter geared out. And next week be well over 800 Paragon because being really low Paragon's really irritating me. And getting my Demon Hunter geared out would sure expedite this, without worrying about dying and stuff like that. But this would really expedite my farming. God, a Crusader's slow compared to a Demon Hunter, I'll tell you that. They can do it fine, but they can't do it they can't do it as fast as a Demon Hunter, I'll tell you that. I don't care what anybody says. I'll take my Demon Hunter against anybody's Crusader any day about fast farming. Anyway, you've been listening to episode 257 of the Shattered Soulstone, your Diablo's community podcast. Miss an episode, you can find the show's blog, listen to the show archives at www.shatteredsoulstone.com. With your support, you can help the show grow. Become a Patreon today, patreon.com/soulstone. Come join us in-game or in-game community and clan, both named Shattered Soulstone. We're open to anyone who would like to join. You can also join us on Discord for the ultimate team and community-based experience. Find the Discord invitation link on our Twitter and Facebook page, as well as the Shattered Soulstone website. This show is powered by you, the listener. Send your contributions, thoughts, questions, and feedback to show@shatteredsoulstone.com. We love Twitter. Come join and tweet with us. You can find the show's Twitter at ShatteredStone, DeadGreed at DeadGreed1812, and you can find me at Shazam081. We would like to extend a huge thank you to Medros of Dawnforge Productions for hosting our Lewd Deviant show. You can find more shows from the Dawnforge at www.thedawnforge.com. Thank you for listening. Until next time, from all of us here at the Shattered Soulstone, over 256 episodes for your listening pleasure. Dawnforge.